This HBO series makes us pity the rich, not envy them. Hi there, everyone. It's Jeff, and this is Plain English, where we help you upgrade your English with current events and trending topics. From time to time, we talk about movies or TV shows, and we will do that again today. I've been wanting to create a lesson about this show for a while, so here we are. We'll be talking about the HBO Max series Succession. It's all about media mogul Logan Roy and his children who are vying to succeed him as CEO of the fictional Waystar Royco. Now, as always, when we talk about movies and TV shows, I'm going to tell you about the plot, but I'll try not to give away any major spoilers. But if you want to watch the show completely fresh, then maybe save this lesson for the future. The English expression we'll review today is curry favor with, and we have a song of the week. This is lesson number 463 of Plain English. JR is the producer, as always, and he has uploaded the full lesson to plainenglish.com/463. The word succession refers to one thing following another in sequence. In the business world, succession often refers to a person who takes over the leadership of a company. Most large companies and many smaller companies work hard at succession planning. Companies want to make sure they have a plan for who will get the top job in case the current leader leaves the company or retires. The HBO series Succession is about who will succeed or who will follow the patriarch of a large American media conglomerate. Logan Roy is the chief executive officer of Waystar Royco, a fictional media company that owns television stations, newspapers, cruise ships, theme parks, and other entertainment businesses. The octogenarian Logan has 4 kids. They are Kendall, who sees himself as the natural next CEO. Shiv, who is active in politics and social causes. Connor, who thinks incorrectly that he would be a good politician. And Roman, the insecure youngest sibling. Through 3 seasons of 8-hour-long episodes each, the 4 siblings, their spouses, more distant relatives, and a cast of minor characters all compete to curry favor with Logan, angling for influence and potentially a shot at the top job when Logan finally retires. But he doesn't retire. Instead, he keeps them all in suspense. As soon as he begins to favor one sibling, he withdraws his approval. He drops hints. He never makes promises. And in doing so, he keeps everyone around him on pins and needles. As time goes on, especially as the aging Logan has a health scare, it's clear that the company needs a succession plan. But Logan, so successful and decisive in other parts of his business, he can't decide who should come after him. For too long, he hoarded all the power and decision-making for himself. And now, when it's time to find a replacement, he discovers that nobody else could live up to his impossible expectations. The one thing that stands out to me about the characters is that they all have a natural talent, but they're all trying to be something else. Kendall is the son with the most business prowess, and he has the best chance of being an executive at Waystar Royco. If he took the time to learn the business, he could probably even be coached into the top job. But he can't overcome his extraordinary sense of entitlement and really learn the business. Instead, he always tries to make a big, splashy move to win his father's approval. And when he inevitably disappoints his grumpy father, he tries to refashion himself as a socially conscious impact investor. Shiv, Logan's daughter, has some talents for public and media relations. She, too, craves her father's approval and a leadership role in the company. But in an act of rebellion, she goes to work for a political candidate with views opposite her family's. It's quickly clear, though, that she didn't take this job out of any political conviction. She enjoyed being rebellious, but she didn't even agree with the candidate's policies. She quit the campaign to try again at being part of the family business. Roman, the youngest sibling, shows no interest in doing any actual work or any interest in what Waystar Royco even does, but he craves an office and status inside the company. Connor, who lives on a ranch, is lonely and delusional. He blows his money on a fantasy that he could run for president despite never having worked at any job in his life. Even Logan is pretending to be something else. Logan is a ruthless executive with a talent for boardroom hardball. He built the company brick by brick over many years and earned extraordinary wealth in the process. He's abusive and dismissive toward those around him, but that's the price of his success. At one point, though, he insists that everything he's done has been for his family. At a late hour, he's pretending to be a family man. Nobody seems to be aware that the children are the victims, not the beneficiaries of Logan's life. Sometimes on TV, the rich are evil. They've earned their wealth by crushing other people, they're immoral, and they don't deserve their wealth. We resent them for their wealth, and we hope they lose it. Other times, we envy the rich. They're leading glamorous lives. We're invited as viewers to fantasize about what it would be like to have a lifestyle like that. We think that with enough money, we could manage any problem. Succession doesn't follow either of those two patterns. Sure, a lot of people hate Logan, but the overwhelming emotion we feel toward these characters is not envy, hate, or resentment. It's pity. We would never trade our lives for theirs. They constantly stare at their phones. They can't concentrate on anything. They get no peace. They're obsessed with what other people think about them. They bicker and fight with each other. They stab each other in the back. They drink constantly. It's hard to say if they're more addicted to money, drugs, or alcohol. They have superficial, if not purely transactional, relationships with their spouses. They're pretending to be something they're not. They're desperate for their father's approval, which he will never give. There is not a single honest, intimate, or fulfilling friendship or relationship in the entire show. They live empty and unhappy lives against stunning backdrops of mansions, castles, elegant apartments, Central Park views, helicopter rides, exclusive parties, yachts, and the finest clothes. They don't know how unhappy they are. Their wealth blinds them to it. They can't even enjoy the luxuries all around them. Twice in the first 3 seasons, the family is in danger of losing control of the company. They'd still be fantastically rich. They just wouldn't control Waystar Royco. But they're horrified at the possibility of losing the company that's making them all so miserable. HBO did a masterful job. In some episodes, the plot is advanced with phone calls and huddled conversations, but the scenery and characters keep the pace moving. It's not a funny show at heart, but one character, the aloof cousin Greg, provides comic relief at key moments. There are enough supporting characters to keep the plot interesting, but not too many to keep track of. Season 4 of Succession is set to begin filming in June of this year, with a release potentially at the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. I had never in my life subscribed to HBO until just recently. When I was growing up, HBO was a premium cable channel, and you had to pay extra. It was like $20 per month more than your typical cable bill, which was already high. So we never had HBO in our house growing up. And then I was more into sports than movies for a while anyway. And then, of course, with Netflix, HBO just seemed like a brand that was left behind. Well, HBO Max, the streaming channel, is very good. I just got it last month, and I found a lot of great movies and shows on there. So if you're looking for something else besides Succession, check out The Flight Attendant and Mayor of Easttown. Today's English expression is a little less common than most of the expressions we review, but it's a good one to know. The expression is to curry favor with. Now, sometimes you can break down an expression and guess its meaning from the words. Don't try that with this expression. To curry favor with someone is to try to get that person's approval by giving that person a lot of attention or by flattering him. When we use curry favor with, someone is trying to seek approval from another person. You might want the approval of your parents, your boss, a sibling, a politician, a friend, or even a stranger. You could want their approval for emotional reasons or for more transactional reasons, like if you just want money or something. And one way you can get that approval is by flattering the other person. When you flatter someone, you give that person insincere compliments, praise, or attention. So let's put these two parts together. When you curry favor with someone, you do or say good things that maybe you don't fully mean, but you do them or say them because you think that will help you get the other person's approval. So, let's talk about how you heard it in today's lesson about the HBO Max series Succession. Logan's 4 children and a cast of supporting characters are all trying to curry favor with the aging patriarch. They are all flattering him. They are being insincere, and they are trying to gain Logan's approval. And they are doing it because they want something from him. They want power, they want money, or they want an influential job. Large businesses often try to curry favor with influential politicians. Let's take an example. A new governor is elected in a state, let's pretend. The construction companies that build roads in the state will try to curry favor with the new governor. Now, these companies may or may not agree with the new governor's policies. They keep their real opinions to themselves. But they say lots and lots of very, very nice things to the governor. They say lots and lots of nice things about the governor, and they say them very publicly. If the governor's wife is on the board of a charity, those companies find it in their hearts to donate to the very same charity. And they make sure to get their pictures taken when presenting the check. Now, they do these things, which may or may not be fully sincere. They do these things because they want to get something. They want to get good or favorable treatment from that state government. This whole dance, this whole act of paying compliments and donating money, it is all to get something in return. We know this, right? And the term to describe it in English is curry favor with. The big construction companies are currying favor with the newly elected governor. I wasn't feeling well one afternoon last week, and I put on some TV. It was reruns of The Office, the television show. And one episode I saw was the episode where Michael leaves Dunder Mifflin to go to Colorado. A new boss takes over. And in this episode, Michael introduces the new boss to the whole office. And guess what happens? Everyone tries to curry favor with the new boss. They give the new boss a lot of attention. They do everything they can to please the new boss. They pretend to share the same interests as the new boss. They pretend to have new, innovative ideas to impress the new boss. They all pay the boss lots of insincere compliments. And they do this because they want influence. They want his approval. And they are currying favor with the new boss. JR's song of the week is This Is the Life by Mickey. It's the artist playing the acoustic guitar, whistling and singing, sometimes with a background chorus. The expression, "this is the life," means I've got a good life. And one line that repeats is, and you're singing the songs thinking this is the life. So it talks about a singer who sings his song thinking that he's got a great life. But there's another line that repeats, which is, where are you going to sleep tonight? So those two lines together capture the life of many creatives. They're happy when they're singing their songs, but they don't have the stability that a lot of us have in our lives. So thanks, JR, for the song of the week today. This is The Life by Mickey. And that's all for today. I'll post a few clips of Succession in the Facebook group so you can see these characters for yourself. If you've seen it, I'd love to hear what you thought too. So join the group by visiting plainenglish.com/Facebook. We'll be back on Monday with a new lesson. See you then.